Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join the fam. So the topic of today's video is my impression on Orient the manga. The first thing that attracts me to a manga is not its characters, not its plots, but in fact it is the number of chapters that the manga actually has. Now, a personal information about me is the more I get to read, the more I like it and I actually love it. So the first time I thought of checking out the Orient manga was by looking at the cover in the Gemini's Box website. As you know, they are the only scanlators for the series. One look at the art and I knew that the mangaka of the Orient manga and the Magi manga are the same, and I was a huge fan of the Magi series and I automatically accepted Orient wholeheartedly. Usually mangas, especially of the shonen genre, will have a particular pattern. The pattern is that in the first chapter, which is around 45 to 60 pages, will have a villain defeated by the protagonist in order to show the actual abilities of the protagonist, and then the second chapter will have close-up character introduced, and then another small fry villain will come up and he'll be defeated, and then in the third chapter a heroine will be introduced who will help in furthering the plot, and then after the third chapter, usually in the fourth or fifth chapter, a small arc begins, which is usually around 3 to 4 chapters. The first initial 3 chapters builds up the character and gives some info about the series, but Orient manga did things entirely different. The characters were introduced to be two and their background info was given in it, and the first arc, which was usually supposed to start around chapter 4 to 5 and took 3 chapters, began from the get-go from the chapter 1, and it was a long arc and it ended in chapter 7 as usual mangas end their first arc at. The first arc actually built up slowly, explaining the Bushi, the world, and about the concept of Kijin. An interesting note to be done is no existence of a heroine was given at present till now, but at the latest chapter that just came out right now, possibilities and chances of a new heroine being the same girl, there is possibilities for that happening. This manga is, according to me, I think that this manga belongs to the genre of action, adventure, fantasy, and since it is the same mangaka of Magi, it has to be related to the series of psychological, like not in exact genre, it should be at the subgenre which will belong to psychological. The fight in the beginning of the series was a normal level fight where it was actually brute strength being pitted up against the monsters, which was actually a low level monster who immediately got defeated, and then a high level monster came up. As the manga belongs to the supernatural genre as well, there has been a new element called kitetsu being introduced, which I think is something related to the power concept of magic. As this, when the person uses kitetsu, it is like activating the household vessels and gaining additional abilities to the weapon that the person, more like the Bushi, has. The art is somewhat unique to the mangaka of the Orient manga, but it somewhat lies in a shoddy way. With its art not being exact like other shonen manga, but the art is covered up by the storyline, which includes good things, and this manga shows to have potential to it, and I hope that this runs for a long time, as I'm seriously now getting interested into this manga series. As for following up the weekly chapters, I'll have to give some thoughts for it, but right now it's just the series that I'll be reviewing as a whole. So the manga Orient has stood out from the rest of the shonen manga as a whole, I can tell you that, because this did not follow the original pattern that usually they do, along with the world forming as well. Like the concept of world usually is that there are cities around, and the traveling between of the cities is possible at a certain extent, but in this manga it's not possible at all. And then there have been iron horses to be shown, which are actually bikes like Batman's bike, and the exact base level of power to be used in this manga is not shown and is not explained yet. So I have high promises for this manga and I definitely recommend you guys to check it out. I'll do a follow-up for this manga once it hits and once it crosses chapter 30 mark. That is all for this review, and I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, please like this video and subscribe to my channel and get manga reviews as well. Comment down what you think about my reviews, and comment down what you think about the Orient manga if you've checked it out. And if you haven't checked it out, be sure to head out and check it out as well. You can find it at the Gemini's Box Scanlating website as well. That is all. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day ahead of you. Until later, my manga fans. Bye.